Welcome in, everybody. It's the Craft Beer Republic. Thanks for drinking. Thanks for joining. I am Greg, and joining me is the Finn Balor to my Damian Priest. What's up, big fella?
Hey, that's not good right now.
Oh, that's true. They're about to feud.
Yeah,
I guess
they's going at it.
2 weeks ago, the Finn Balor to my Damian Priest.
I just hope that's a reference to my body.
Oh, that is absolutely a reference to your body. And maybe that's not the greatest. What do they call Damian Priest? Like the metrosexual Undertaker or something?
Yeah,
like that?
it's something like that. Yeah.
I don't think I can quite pull off that look. So we'll rework that reference.
Don't you sell yourself short there, Greg.
We'll work on that. We'll workshop a little bit offline. Anyways, thanks for drinking. Thanks for joining. Find us on the socials, of course, at Craft Beer Republic and FlexMeABeer _ in between. Quite the show to get to today. I have some great news to talk about involving one of my favorite breweries that was about to go under. We've got more booze news, a voicemail. I did a little traveling. We'll talk about that and so much mas. In the meantime, if you don't mind, I think I'm going to crack into a little hydration. Oh, yes, indeed. I am drinking from Green Cheek Brewing, Lizard Jim. 5.7%, 404 on Untapped. It is a West Coast Pilsner, which when it's 900 degrees, you know I'm getting a hard on for a West Coast Pilsner. From the brewery, they say our very own James Barnett, a.k.a. Lizard Jim, a.k.a. Distribution Coordinator Extraordinaire, jumped in on a brew day at the Rave Cave to spin out something ultra slithery with the brew team. He wanted something crushable, super lean, dry, and heavily saturated with his favorite hop, HBC 586. So here it is. The result hits with all the white gummy bear vibes, fresh orange blossoms, and some pink grapefruit. On the schnoz, I would tell you that the orange blossoms come through the most, but very light fragrance after all. It is a Pilsner. On ye old tongue jobber. Oh, I definitely get that white gummy bear. Oh, that is fantastic. My favorite gummy bear flavor, too.
It is the best.
It's the only one worth eating. The white gummy bear, I get some peach. I get a little of that orange blossom. I don't know that I get so much pink grapefruit peel. Well, I guess I do because it's real pithy. It's like bitterness. So it's not like the grapefruit taste. It's the bitterness from the grapefruit. So yes, I do get that. This is so crushable. Even at 5%, it drinks like it's way less. I mean, we're talking, this thing drinks like it's like 4.5. It is so easy to go down. Perfect summer beer. So glad I picked this up. As I announced, I don't know, a week or two ago, I was going to have to do some work travel, including a bunch of time in Orange County. I was asking people for suggestions, which they gave to me. So thank you. I got Villains Brewing was an idea. And I was like, oh, yeah, I should check that out. They've got food. Not Murdered Jim was saying, go check out Rip. He texted me the other day. He goes, hey, non-murderer Jim here. I was like, oh, this guy's great.
Yeah, what a nickname. I just said it was the best nickname around.
It really is. Like, coming to the ring, weighing in, non-murderer Jim. Which maybe not the most intimidating wrestling.
I was just going to say that too. Also, still not a wrestling show.
Well, we'll see. Anyways, yeah, so thanks for the tips. I had to go a little off schedule, but I think I'll be back down there. And so I really like the idea of Villain because I think they do some like barbecue there. So maybe go get some barbecue.
Hell yeah.
I've heard some real mixed reviews about the beer. They are still fairly new. I think they've been open for around 6 months. So we'll see. But barbecue will soak up the tears if the beer's not great. But this beer is fantastic. So thanks to Green Cheek. I'm so glad I picked it up. The can is a fucking trip. It's like green and pink with Lizard Jim on the cover and looks like some stoner put it together basically.
It definitely looks very stoner-esque.
Yeah, it's good times.
Very slithery or whatever you said.
Very slithery.
What a strange description in a beer.
Yeah. Very strange. So, but very tasty. And they got food and so went down there, had some dinner, had a few Green Cheeks. And When I'm traveling, I get like, expenses covered, obviously, because I'm traveling for work. I do the whole thing where I'm like, I'll order one beer and food on the company card. And then like, if I go back for more beer, I put it on my card so I don't look like a raging alcoholic.
Well, even if you do, who cares?
Yeah, I don't know. They kind of know. But I was like, I don't want to.
Oh, wait, you mean like if work doesn't think you're a raging alcoholic?
I don't want work to know I'm a raging alcoholic.
Oh, right. Oh, I thought you meant the people there. I was like, no, it's dumb.
No, it's very clear. I'm there by myself.
Wow.
So it's very obvious that I'm a raging alcoholic.
Just making things clear here.
Yeah. But on the company card, I'll just put like the dinner and one beer on there because I got to submit receipts. So it'll show like, food and then beer or whatever. I'm like, all right, I feel like one beer is responsible. But if they saw that I had like 3 beers and took home a 4-pack, they may not appreciate that.
Yeah, I think that's a little much.
Yeah. So I put the other beers and the 4-pack on my own card. And
or just keep doing it until they talk to you about it.
Well, I could do that. Yeah. I wonder how much attention they pay to like what I put on those receipts.
I don't think it would be that bad. Think about the people who go to like nice dinners with those.
Oh, yeah. My boss fucking racks it up. He's like, hey, let's go out for steak dinner. I'm like, you're the boss.
Right. Steak dinner, grab a cocktail. I'm sure you get like a nice dessert, pay for the sides. I'm sure people are putting on some change.
Yeah.
They're probably like, this fucking Greg guy, man, thank goodness for him. He's saving us a buck.
Yeah. That's always the weird thing. Like if the boss takes you out and it's like, all right, we had a meal, we had a drink, and the boss will have a drink with me. He's no prude or anything like that. But it's like, hey, you want a dessert? And I'm like, not really. I'd rather just have another drink.
Have another beer.
Weird? Yeah. So whatever.
That's how I am.
Yeah. I don't need dessert, especially not from like a restaurant. If I'm going to go buy dessert, like I'll go to a bakery or I'll go to an ice cream shop. I don't want your fucking frozen cakes.
Right. I was going to say, there's just a thaw and serve cheesecake or something, which I'm going to get cheesecake if you offer it to me, but
yeah,
but I'm not going to voluntarily order a cheesecake dessert at a restaurant.
Yeah, no, not for me. No gracias.
Tomorrow is National Root Beer Float Day, and I might get a root beer float.
Is it?
Yeah. August 6th.
Oh, last week, National IPA Day and International Beer Day were back to back.
I thought they were the same day. Are they not the same day?
That was a day off, I believe. I think like one was Thursday, one was Friday or something like that.
Okay.
I celebrated.
I trust you.
Yeah. I posted on one of them, I think.
I'm sure I celebrated.
Why not? Why not?
I celebrated with some Oktoberfest.
Oh, some Liney's?
Did you see that? Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's the story on that. So the Wisconsin State Fair had started this past Thursday. And just, I don't want to say to get it out of the way, but the wife and I were off the next day. So we went as a family. And every place that was selling beer had like at least one Oktoberfest on the menu.
Mm.
And I was kind of blown away by that, being that it was like August 2nd.
It's pretty early.
Really early. And I did not get an Oktoberfest on the fairgrounds, but we went home, we kind of chilled out. It was about 5:00 in the evening, and all I can think about is an Oktoberfest beer and how great it would taste. So I actually got up,
malty and Marzini,
grabbed my keys, drove to the liquor store, got me a 6-pack Oktoberfest, went home. Oh boy, what a great decision. I'm not even going to lie. People say stout season's year round. Normalize Oktoberfest year round.
Yeah, I want to see Marzens more, or Märzens more often. Märzen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like some of my favorite from around, Enegren obviously does a great one. Britt over at Naughty Pine does a good Marzen. I used to be a huge fan of Nick's over at 14 Cannons back in the good old days. 13 Guns, whatever it's called. Let's get this a little more year-roundy. Sometimes I just want a good, crisp Märzen.
The local brew pub over here, they have theirs year-round.
Genius.
But they market it as a Märzen, and then when it becomes Oktoberfest season, they basically just rebrand it.
As an Oktoberfest,
yeah, but it fucking works, and it's delicious.
Yeah, that's so good. Bring back the Märzens.
Yeah, do you want to hear what I ate at the fair?
Oh, did you fucking put it down?
Well, so I didn't like put it down, but they had this one dish. I'm not going to bore you with everything. not even a dish. It was a sandwich. It was a hot ham sandwich.
Okay.
Right. So let's start from the inside out. Right. So we got the ham, Swiss cheese.
Okay.
Then there is air quotes, spicy raspberry jam.
Oh, not very spicy.
And instead of, bread or a roll, it was 2 glazed donuts.
Oh, dear God.
And let me tell you, Greg, that shit was delicious.
We all know Flexi likes a donut.
But it just, everything worked together. Like the ham and the glazed donut and then the raspberry jam and a little bit of that cheese in there. Just the combination of flavors was almost surreal,
I'm surprised they didn't then batter it and deep fry it too.
Nah, we usually don't get too much deep fried stuff when we go there. Just kind of look for like the wacky stuff like that.
Yeah. Like have you done like the deep fried Snickers and that kind of stuff?
I mean, we've had like the spaghetti and meatballs on a stick thing. Can't remember years back. I have a terrible memory, but yeah, we've definitely done the deep fried peanut butter jelly sandwich.
Yeah.
So it's basically just like a deep fried Uncrustable or whatever.
Right, exactly. Probably is.
You're absolutely right. It probably is. But yeah, so I just thought that was kind of a fun little out there item.
That is fun. I've had some good ones, some bad ones. Like deep fried Snickers. Like honestly, it's fine. It is what it is. I think I'd rather just have a Snickers, Reese's, that kind of stuff. What else have I had? It's been a decade, I think, since I've been to the fair. But sometimes you get some fun shit out there.
Yeah, you guys got a good fair over there?
It's pretty good. I just, man, I'm going to sound like some cheap old man now. I don't like paying to get in and then paying for rides. Like by the time you get done, and this is something that's probably a little more unique to me than the rest of the country, but by the time you get done going to the fair for the same price, you could just take yourself down to Disneyland.
Yep.
So
yeah, it does get expensive.
Yeah, I'd rather just go to Disneyland.
That's something that my wife helps me come to terms with, right? She's very good with we're here. Like, it's like the one in Rome kind of mindset.
Enjoy yourself.
It's like, this is what we're doing. Just get what you want. And, $200-$300 later, whatever. Like, we had a fun day.
Yeah. $300 later, still hungry.
Still, yes. And that's what I was thinking too. Although, maybe I really wasn't too hungry. We had that sandwich, we had cream puffs, we had some sour cream and chive fries, we had corn, we had flash fried cheese curds, gluten-free corn dogs, had a beer, found the Eagle Park stand there, of course.
Nice.
Couple more things in there. Oh, apple cider donuts.
Oh my God.
They had this thing there. This year was kind of a cool idea. It was fucking delicious. It was a cup filled with like cut up strawberries, like tipped strawberries.
Okay.
And then instead of chocolate covered strawberries, you dip each strawberry individually. Mm-hmm. They just poured melted chocolate into this cup all over the strawberries and gave you a fork.
All right, not bad.
It was low key, like super simple, delicious as hell.
Here's where I'm gonna sound like a snob. I have a problem ordering strawberries anywhere else in the country
than California.
Yeah, for one of two reasons. One, they're either not as good, or two, I shit you not, I've seen this in multiple states. They're packaged where I'm from.
Really?
Yeah, Oxnard, California is 15 minutes from my house. It's where Casa Agria is. And so many times I've been out of state. Like most recently was in Colorado. Went to Trader Joe's in Colorado and strawberries packaged Oxnard, California.
That's wild.
Yeah, it's like, all right. Well, I know they're good. So funny. So anyways, enough about me being a show off.
Yeah, you got to get past the pretentiousness.
Yeah, I know. Strawberries are just better from out here. I'm sorry. The rest of the country.
When in Rome, Greg.
Yeah, when in Rome. Have an orgy. Before I forget, shout out to Fremont, California for being our top listening city of last week. What up, NorCal?
Yeah, Fremont.
Yeah. We got a voicemail. This is a short one. This comes from Scott. Let's see what Scott has to say.
Hello. No one is available to take your call. Please leave a message after the tone.
Happy birthday, Greg. Have a beer on me and put it on a Flex's cat.
Not even a buy.
Classic Scott fashion.
Yeah, classic Scott. In fact, he didn't even say his name at any point. I just recognized his phone number on the missed call thing. But thank you. And in fact,
thank you, Scott. You're the hero that we waited for, Scott. We won't ever forget, Scott.
And thank you everyone else who was nice and said birthday things to me last week. We Everybody kept asking me what I was doing. Like Nick and Nicole were like, hey, what are you doing? You going to hang out for your birthday? I was like, I'm doing the ultimate old people thing. We went to Big Bear Lake, and I got a cabin that was, I don't know, 30 feet from water.
Yeah, you said, right off the water. Yep.
Yeah. And I just fucking sat there.
Good for you.
Woke up and drank coffee and then ate bacon and then snacked my way through the day and then started cracking beers and just sat on that fucking porch staring at the lake.
Not going to lie, it's a hell of a vacation.
Yeah, it was like 2.5 days of that.
What a nice birthday.
Oh, I loved it. I was always worried that like I'd go somewhere and not do something and be bored out of my mind. Like I need to constantly do things, which is usually how I am when I go places. I think it helps going places that don't have much to do. Then you're forced to. I was not bored. I fucking loved the entire time. I loved the view. I loved the company. It was.
It's like the serenity too of the environment. You know, that really helps.
Nice. So nice. Drank a lot. Ate a lot. On our way out of town, they have an alpine roller coaster in Big Bear. Do you know what an alpine coaster is?
I think did we talk about it on the show? We might have talked about it off air.
I think it was off air.
But you definitely sent me like the Google video of it.
Yeah,
shit's wild.
Link and all that. Yeah, you control. Basically, you've got brakes if you want to stop yourself, which I'm like, fuck no. So did that on our way out of town and had a blast, and it was good times. So hit a few breweries. On our way back home, we passed a few. We stopped at one, which was so bad I'm not going to mention the name of, because I know people who are friends with the brewer there, and they've multiple times been like, hey, you should stop there. We didn't even finish our flights.
Come on.
I shit you not. Like we finished most of them, but there were a couple beers that like tried to sip. Oh my God, it's horrible. I got to try again to make sure, the palate's cleansed, blah, blah, blah. So bad. I could not drink all of the beers in our flight.
Well, I can't wait to hear about this off air.
Yeah. Sorry, everybody. We'll take the rest of the comments off air. That
Flex
being
is
said,
on pins and needles over here.
Yeah. That being said, we did hit up one of my favorites, which is way out of the way, and that's Aero Lodge Brewing. And,
nice.
Yeah.
I've heard really, really good things about Aero Lodge.
We love them. We haven't been since their head brewer left to go start Shred Brewing up in NorCal, near Erica, actually. So we're a little worried, like, hope it's still good. Still good. One of our favorite beers, though, is the Guavana Na or something like that. And it's not as tart as it used to be, so I was a little disappointed about that. But other than that, everything was great. Love Aero Lodge. Smog City has a tap room out there. Stopped at Smog City for a bit. Had a couple beers there. They had a great sour on tap. So definitely did some research on the way home. So it was good times.
Hell yeah.
All right, before we get on to some news, let's ask some important questions.
In a world where craft beer is king, a world where muscles are bigger than growlers, only one tongue can guide us. One man, one tongue, one tongue jobber. In this world, we must find out what is Flex drinking.
Dun, 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 dun. I picked up something a little different today. I've never had these guys on the show. I haven't had these guys in quite a while. I'm drinking Hacienda Beer Company.
I just heard about them.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, man.
I shit you not. Yesterday I was reading a story. I think it was with them where they're opening up like a joint tap room with two other breweries.
Yeah, I think that it's familiar sounding.
With 3 sheets and something else.
Yeah, it's open downtown right now.
Okay. Yeah, I just read the news story. That's so funny. I'll find it while you drink.
Yeah, do that too, because I was reading too. But anyway, so they have a spot downtown already, like their own little tap room. And then they also have one up in Door County, which is like a real popular vacation-y area up here.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I haven't had these guys in quite some time, and I figured I would snag some up. So I bought Creative Truths. It is a newer release of theirs. The can art is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Just it's like a chameleon painted can where it goes like golden to purple. And then it has this hand grasping a snake, and it's in like a bordered frame. I don't know. It just looks really, really neat. It's a double hazy IPA. Nobody's shocked about that. But this hop combo is a little interesting. It's Eldorado Salvo, and then Strata CGX. I don't know what the difference is with these from regular Eldorado and Strata.
Sounds fancier.
Super fancy. to top it off, to boot, it's got thiolized yeast. And we all know how I feel about thiolized yeast.
Yes, you get a hard on for thiolized yeast.
Super hard for thiolized yeast. So this one weighs in at 7.3% ABV. Like I said, it's a newer release, so not too many check-ins, but it's a hair over 4 at 406. And it reads, Creative Truths is a double IPA hopped with Eldorado Salvo and Mosaic pellets in the Whirlpool, and double dry hopped with Eldorado, Mosaic, and Stratus CGX. A little cross information here. Lush and aromatic notes of guava, candied watermelon, juicy pineapple, and orange tangerine. It sounds delightful. So we'll get a little sniff going. Faint watermelon. I wouldn't call it candied necessarily, but that's kind of neat. That's not usually an aroma you pick up on a beer. So we'll get the old tongue jobber warmed up.
Oh, here we go.
That's great. It's really great. This is a really great beer. It's probably one of the better beers I've had recently. It is medium bodied, real low carbonation. I mean, you could see there's only like a little bit of head surviving on this guy. Great color. A lot of guava on the palate here. You get some of that unripe pineapple, and then that orange tangerine kind of finishes out. I don't get much watermelon here on the palate, but everything else kind of jumps out at you in different spots, and this is just really, really great.
Sounds delicious. It's got some nice color to it.
Yeah, I love when I hit a beer on the head like this. You know, it's like something you don't normally get, and you just reach out and your one hand and try something else. And I didn't love the price point. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. I know we've had a conversation of price the other day. It was $16.99, which isn't terrible. I try to keep it around $15.99, but I was in a splurgy mood. I was
drop that extra $1.
I know that sounds super. What the hell's the word? Stingy of me.
There you go.
Very stingy of me, but
yeah.
I got a reputation to uphold.
Oh, and an algorithm to uphold.
Well, that's the reputation.
I found it. It's called the Triple Tap Room. It's 3 Sheeps, not Sheets. Apologies.
Yes, 3 Sheeps Brewing. They're up in Sheboygan,
Hacienda, and Deer County.
Okay, I've never heard of Deer County.
Me either.
But 3 Sheeps is a banger.
Okay.
They actually do some above average beer. They're really well known for their Wolf series, which is barrel aged stouts. But they also have this really gnarly hazy IPA called Chaos Pattern. And you can find it at like the Pfizer Forum where the Bucks play. So I mean, shit, I feel like we haven't talked in a while. I went to Sad Summerfest.
Oh, that's right.
Right? Went to see Mayday Parade and the Wonder Years and the Main, and it was fucking sweet.
Yeah.
And driving down to the venue, I kept thinking about how ironic it is living in Milwaukee where Miller products are aplenty, and they carry AB shit at this venue, which kind of blows my mind. So I was just like rattling it around in my head. What beer am I going to drink tonight? You know, this and that. And sure as shit, I looked over in the fridge and they had Chaos Pattern by 3 Sheeps. So I got kind of drunk on that.
Nice.
But yeah, the concert was great. The beer was great. Company was even better. I had a really good friend of mine that came with, and he was there for the music second. He said, I just wanted to hang out with you.
God damn.
Isn't that a friend?
That is a friend.
Gosh, friend of the year.
Friend first, music second.
Yep.
Beer firstest.
Yep. So thanks, Kevin. I don't know if he's listening. Sometimes he does, but
he better.
We had a great time.
He's no longer a friend.
Dead to me.
Yeah. It's funny you mentioned like the one good beer being there. I was not too long ago at Burbank Airport. Of course, airports are notorious for their shit beer selection, but I'm looking around and then they have this pile of ice underneath their taps. And I look over and there's 818 Brewing, and they had one of their, I can't remember the name of the beer right now, but it's their hazy, like Snuggle Bear or something like that. It's got Care Bear as long as they can. But I had already ordered insert shit beer here and I'm sipping on it because nothing was on the menu about craft. And I look over, I was like, so the lady comes back, how you doing? I said, are those cans for sale or are you just holding on to those? And she goes, oh yeah, you can get those. I was like, God damn it. I said, well, next round. I said, do not let me order the same beer.
And don't just surprise me with another one.
Right. Yeah. No surprises. No another rounds. I'm going for those cans next time. I got time. So, and you mentioned the price not being so great. I'm not going to give out any names, but a certain listener of this show always talks about a certain bottle shop and how great it is and tells me all the time, you should go. And I happen to be in the area and I went to said bottle shop and I was amazed at the prices in not such a good way. I am talking $25 to $30 4-packs of shit that I can get for half the price because like Everywhere Brewing, anytime in Orange County, I always look for Everywhere Brewing because it's or Everywhere Beer. It's delicious. And if you stop by the brewery, you get yourself a 4-pack, $16, whatever it is. They had this shit for $20, $22. I was like, are they paying retail and then trying to turn around and resell them? I don't know what the deal was. I can't afford to shop. I don't know how he does. I don't know how anybody does. I was like, holy shit. Got the wife a 4-pack of something sours, $25. It was insane.
That's wild.
Yeah.
$25 for a sour?
Yeah.
Just like a regular or overfruited?
Oh, we don't drink that overfruited.
Well, hey, I'm just asking. Asking.
No. Regular sour.
So you're looking at a 4% beer for $25?
Yeah, maybe 5, 6, somewhere in there. But either way, $25 for like, what is happening here? What world have we stepped into when we can get it from the brewery for $15, $16 a 4-pack? So I'll leave it there. I don't want
That's crazy too, because here in Wisconsin, there's some law between breweries and distributors where if you sign with the distributor, you are not allowed to. It's weird. You can't sell the 4-pack cheaper at the brewery than they put it out for as retail. I don't know if that's a normal law or if it's just like a thing amongst Wisconsin.
It's so confusing. I don't know. I think, don't quote me, I think in California, if you produce under X amount, you can self-distribute. So then there's none of that bullshit.
Right.
So like Everywhere Beer, I'm sure is self-distributing. At least that's my guess.
Which usually makes their beer cheaper as well.
Right. Exactly. So anyway, I'm $20, $25 for a 4-pack of stuff that's, we're not talking some crazy hard to find shit. So I was like, what is happening here? Oh, let's do a little booze news before we get about out of here. Before I accidentally say the name of the person or place. Did you know at the Olympics you can't drink?
I actually didn't know that.
Yeah, neither did I until I saw this story. The vast majority of spectators at the Olympics in Paris are not able to catch a buzz while watching any of the events. A 32-year-old law makes it illegal to serve alcohol at most sporting events in France. As a result, Parisian bars are packed with fans who are trying to get as much booze in their bodies as possible before getting to the competition. The caveat here is that alcohol can be served at a sporting event if it is accompanied by a full meal, so that people in the VIP sections are actually able to drink because they're getting food with their VIP ticks.
Okay.
Sounds like some COVID bullshit.
I feel like it just makes for safer environments too.
Probably, but come on.
Well, I don't know. You know how wild some of them fans can get.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Just die hard for their country and like there's always, soccer brawls.
Mm-hmm. That's because soccer's boring and they need something to do.
It's not boring.
It's so boring.
You're boring.
Oh, we just played for, what did they play, 90 minutes? Is it 90 minutes plus overage? And we scored 1 goal the entire time. Look at us go.
It's not easy, Greg. It's not an easy thing to do.
Look, it's not easy to paint a house, but it's boring also. You'll never convince me that soccer is fun to watch. Okay, unless they start fighting like in hockey.
Okay.
Now that I would watch.
All right. I trust you.
Do you regularly watch soccer?
No, I'm just like a big fan of like world soccer.
Okay. So it's boring. You don't regularly watch it because you regularly watch baseball.
Yes. But like anytime like Team USA plays, like we're talking like all throughout the year, like any kind of cup tournament they're playing in, or if they have a friendly, like I always catch Team USA.
So are you one of those that will watch like gymnastics all of a sudden because it's on the Olympics?
I won't seek it out. If it's on, I'll watch it. Like with the Olympics going on, we've watched like some gymnastics, some swimming, some volleyball here and there. I think we saw some archery. I've missed like all track and field events. Haven't watched one basketball game.
I've hardly watched any of it. I always laugh at the people who all of a sudden get, I got to tune into the Olympics. Like, gymnastics is starting or archery is starting. It's like, oh, do you like archery? No, but it's the Olympics.
But it's the Olympics, right?
Yes. So you don't watch it the other 3 and 9/10 of the year or the time, but you'll watch it now all of a sudden you're excited. Like, fuck, either watch it or don't watch it. It's weird. That being said, here's where
I get where you're coming from here.
Here's where I throw myself under the bus. We were at a brewery and they had on a canoeing slalom course or something like that.
What?
And I was intrigued. I could not stop watching to the point where we came home and I've got the Peacock app. I rewatched all the canoeing slalom course events.
Canoe slalom.
Yeah. Kayak, canoe. I think it's canoe.
I'm sure it's the same thing.
They're in those little tiny boats, and they're going down the rapids and they've got to go through gates. And if it's a green gate, you go down through it. And if it's a red gate, you actually got to and turn and go up through it and then back down the river. And it's basically like skiing, but on a fucking rapid.
See, now that just sounds really interesting.
Yeah, I was glued. I could not stop. We were at the brewery. The bartenders were like, hey, you guys need them? Like, shut up. Shut up. We're watching the fucking canoeing over here. If you guys haven't seen it, like, go.
Please shut your mouth. Yeah, please shut your mouth.
Shut your mouth. Are you saying pan? Anyways, fucking fantastic sport. I would watch that any day of the week. Now I kind of want to watch it outside the Olympics, though, because it was so cool to watch.
But it's like, how do you find stuff like that?
No fucking idea. Probably on the Ocho.
That did cross my mind. I saw there's like Microsoft Excel tournaments that they have in there.
Which my wife would probably be pretty good at. Anywho, but not a sports show or an Olympic show for that matter.
No, definitely not.
Yeah. Renegade Brewing, excited to hear about this. Renegade Brewing is going to reopen under new ownership. The Denver Craft Brewery is opening under new ownership by CPA and homebrewer Dan Colburn and former, I don't know if it's Ull or Yule brewing owner Aaron Yule. The duo plan to reopen the brewery this fall, with the news coming less than 3 months after Renegade closed its doors. We talked about this a few months ago that they were closing. I love me some Renegade. I hope they make it as good, if not better, than it was before. If you're ever in Denver, I would say if you're ever in Denver, go check it out. But I mean, that's assuming they don't fuck it up. So go Renegade.
Yeah, if you like it, thank us. If you don't, you didn't hear it from us.
Right, exactly. You heard it from the Booze League or something.
Who?
Exactly. Ohio-based Urban Artifact Brewing is suing the Department of
Astronaut Food Makers.
I totally forgot about that. Oh God, I forgot. Oh, that was disgusting. Now I'm not for them in this. Anyways, they're filing a DTC lawsuit against the state of Pennsylvania. Cincinnati, Ohio-based Urban Artifact Brewing has filed a lawsuit against Pennsylvania Liquor Control Board Chairman Tim Holden and the state police commissioner, Colonel Christopher Paris, alleging the state enforces cost-prohibitive trade barriers on out-of-state breweries and that those barriers prevent out-of-state breweries from competing freely with in-state breweries in violation of the Dormant Commerce Clause. There's a lot more detail, but I feel like people will fall asleep if I keep reading about it. Basically, they want to be able to sell their shit in Pennsylvania and not get fucked for it.
Boy, wouldn't we all?
Yeah. The in-state breweries can sell and ship beer directly to Pennsylvania consumers in unlimited quantities under their brewery licensing using third-party carriers such as UPS and FedEx. However, out-of-state breweries must obtain direct malt or brewed beverage shipper licenses from the PLCB, which also requires those breweries to hold wholesaler or off-sale retail licenses in their home states. The direct shipper license costs $250. And it goes on. There's limits such as 192 ounces for out-of-state breweries for the same person per month. Like, how do you fucking track that?
That's crazy.
Yeah, only 96 ounces of any single brand per person per year. There's all these weird rules. So, like I said, I won't get into the nitty gritty, but it's fucking weird. And fuck astronaut food.
Thanks for reading those details, because that is really fucking messed up.
It's super weird. According to the Brewers Association, on-site pint prices are trailing behind inflation. At the brewery, pint prices have not kept pace with inflation, according to a recent report from the Brewers Association. The nationwide average price of a pint of beer was $6.05 in January of 2021. That average price rose steadily over 3 years to $6.85 in December of 2023. Although this increase amounted to 13.2% when adjusted for inflation, the price of pints sold on site did in fact drop. Tell that to my wallet.
Maybe you're just drinking more.
It's not unlikely. I might be drinking more, but it went up like 80 cents. What do you mean it dropped? I get it, adjusted for inflation. Ugh. We'll end it with this garbage.
Tell us more.
Yeah. Maybe I'll cut that out. We'll end it with this garbage. AB InBev owned Goose Island has unveiled their lineup for Bourbon County.
Oh, geez.
2024 Bourbon County brand original stout, available in 16.9 ounce bottles on draft, aged in Buffalo Trace, Heaven Hill, Four Roses, and Wild Turkey bourbon barrels for an average of 16 months with notes of fudge, vanilla, and caramelized sugar with rich, decadent mouthfeels. There's also 2024 Bourbon County brand vanilla rye stout. I'm not going to get into every description. 2024 Bourbon County brand macaroon stout. 2024 Bourbon County brand.
What kind of macaroon, though?
Oh, that's a good question. It doesn't say. Inspired by late nights in the kitchen with mom. Sounds dirty. Notes of toasted coconut, dark chocolate, and sweet ginger.
Makes me think of Mrs. Jones.
I was going to say, makes me want to drink Flex's mom, but you beat me to it. Bourbon County Brands Proprietors Barley Wine.
That was a big one like 2 years ago.
Sure. This one's inspired by Mexican spoon candy.
I don't even know what that is.
Made with tamarind, lime, guajillo chilies, and pianchito.
It's a stout?
So they say.
And it's got chilies? I'm in.
And lime and do you know what tamarind is?
I'll try it.
I'm out. Bourbon County brand Bardstown Cask Finish Stout, made in collaboration with Bardstown Bourbon Company, with notes of vibrant cherry, toasted oak, and legal herbal finish. I will say, no fucking Mountain Dew Jizz Bomb this year, so that's nice.
I was really hoping for a Mountain Dew Jizz Bomb.
Aren't we all?
Like just 1 year, do a Mountain Dew.
Well, didn't they do, what was it, like a Dr. Pepper one or a Coke one or something?
It was a Coke one.
Yeah, it sounded fucking horrible.
Oh, terrible.
Go get your Budweiser Bourbon County Stouts, everybody. Whee! Anyways, I think that's everything. First of all, hi, Vanessa.
Hello, Vanessa.
I'm going to hit some music here. Also, tune in next week. Mel is going to drop in and hang with us. We'll be hanging with Beer Girl Mel. Find us on the socials at Craft Beer Republic, as well as at FlexMeABeer _ in between. 805-53 beer. That's the number. Mail at craftbeerrepublic.com. I think that's pretty much everything. Hope everyone is staying very well hydrated.
And on that note,
good night, everybody.